All right, did somebody pull out a formula chart?
Yes, of course.
Fabulous. What do you notice
Numbers.
when you look at a rectangular prism? If I can get this going here. The formula for a rectangular prism is what? On the formula chart. V is equal to what?
1/3.
Hold on, rectangular prism first, please. I'm not talking area, we're talking volume. V equals big BH. Are we listening? Because I'm going to give you a real quick hint, and this is going to be super easy. Now, what do you notice about the volume of a pyramid? What's that formula? Is it little BH or is it big B? What is the only difference you notice from our rectangular prism to our pyramid? It has 1/3. So if I need to get from here to here, if they have the same base and the same height, all I have to literally do is divide it by 3. How are we doing so far?
Wait, so the total, like 10 times 6 times 5 divided by 3?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep. Because we are literally going to go 10 times 6 times 5 divided by 3. And yep, that's your answer. So that'd be 30.
We'll be doing first dividing the
Yep.
the total by 3?
Yep. That is literally all. If I could keep it together here. That's it. If you notice, just like yesterday, if your base is a square, or in this case a rectangle, you literally are just doing the length times width times height again, just like your all 3 numbers, except for this time, you're just going to divide it by 3. How we doing? Do y'all want to see another couple? Yeah. Because there's no way math could be that easy, right? Right? All right, so which one of these do y'all want to do? Let's do one of the bottom 3.
That one.
The bottom left one? Okay. So, we're going to first off identify our lovely little base. And I'm going to do this. That way I'll zoom in here in just a second. All right. What is that base shape? The base shape.
Square.
Would y'all agree that that's how you get the area of it, right? Now, our lovely OG formula means we do 1/3 of that big BH. Reminder, that A is basically big B. So I plug in what I know from my A into there. Sir. You got to have 3 numbers. So what are your 3 numbers? What is the only number not, so how about this? What's the number not touching the base? 16. What is my base numbers? 13 times 13. So 169 times 16. There we go. Technical difficulties this morning. All right, so we're going to do 169 times the 13, and then we're going to divide this by 3. So, unfortunately, we got to actually do this by hand. I know. So 54, 36, 41, and we got 10. Yeah, not a 6, 7 at all. Sorry. 0, 9, 6, 1, so that'd be 14, 10, 7, not sure why I'm trying to add a 1 there. So it'd be 2,704. And we're going to divide that by 3. Okay, I'm hearing a wait. What am I waiting on? Are we struggling? Do we have a question? What do we got? And yes, I'm double checking to make sure our answer is going to be right because I'm like, we're using a fraction today, huh? All right, so we've got 9 goes into 27. See how I dropped down a 0? That means there's a 0 there. From there, nope, not warm-ups. Nope, not advanced. Sorry, y'all. Having struggles today. All right, and then I'm going to drop down my 4, which would be 1. And I'm going to be left with 1 over 3. I am double checking to make sure that answer is correct. Yep, it is. And the reason why I didn't go ahead and continue off with a decimal is because since it is a 3, I made that 1 your remainder, as you would have called it in 5th grade, is your new numerator. What you're dividing by is always your denominator. Because otherwise I'd be left with 901.3 repeating for all eternity. Because 1/3 is decimal 3 repeating for all eternity. So literally I'm left with 901 and 1/3, and that is inches cubed. Now, if this was multiple choice, do I have to actually multiply out past and get my fraction? Probably not. Could I make them into easy numbers? Probably. If you're not sure, multiply it out. All right, how are we doing? Technically, what did we do with all 3 of our numbers?
Multiplied and divided.
Yep, multiplied and divided it.